We've made over 17,000 pips in our public swing trading 4-hour experiment live on YouTube for free, literally only trading twice a month. Not just that, but we just got done with the month of January and we actually cleared over 15,000 pips in our private community, trading a couple times a week. Hello everyone and happy Tuesday. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Jenny Baker and I am the six-figure trading coach. Hopefully just trying to show you that trading is as easy as you make it on yourself. I know that sounds, so redundant, right? And it sounds almost annoying, but seriously, that's all it comes down to. So real quick, we're going to recap the trades we looked at 2 weeks ago. We have a couple of announcements, and then of course, we're going to take a look at a couple of new setups. This week, I'm going to go over 3 because there's maybe 7 pairs that I'm really in love with right now. Some of them have already started to move a little bit late. A lot of them have so much room. So we're going to give you 3 free trade ideas tonight. My objective is to show you that you can actually manage these trades in a systematic way and be profitable. That's it. Is to show you that if people stop overcomplicating things and overlooking for, the next best strategy and the next best tool and the next best EA with these super huge expectations, you can actually have some success. Just simplify it, right? Before we go over anything else, I have to have the disclaimer, have to pop that on the screen. What a waste, I know. Obviously, set your expectations straight. You're not looking for the Maserati, you're looking for the time freedom. You're looking to be independently wealthy. You don't need all the other stuff you think. You just need to have that financial freedom, the ability to kind of live life by your own terms. And that's what we're doing here. So obviously, we have to define a couple of things before we get started. Man, there's so much going on with the brokers. I know everyone has an answer. It has yet to be published by the SEC particularly, MetaQuotes particularly. So with that said, plan on all the brokers kind of going haywire. There's a lot going on in behind the scenes in terms of DeFi and just so many other things. So be prepared. The brokers that I work with are in this link tree, as well as everything you need to know in terms of how to work with me. But ultimately, have a good relationship with as many brokers as you can who are taking you as clients. And that's about it in terms of brokers. So we define a pip as kind of a standard amount. We know from broker to broker that does vary. The lot size can vary. So many things can vary. So take that with a grain of salt and just know that's a very independent part. But we want to show you something that is concrete, duplicatable, mathematically sound, and that's the purpose of it. So Hugo's Way was my go-to. Obviously, with everything that happened, kind of backed off there. Currently, I'm on Hero's Way, Heroes, FX quite a bit, AFX, LQD, just to name a few. We'll see. We'll see what happens as time goes on. I also have Black Bull, a couple of other brokers as well. So let's go ahead and go over to our actual trades. This is our 4-hour public swing trade experiment. First thing I'm going to note before we go any further, this is predefined, y'all. There's no subjectivity. There's no, well, she said, but she didn't do. Well, she did, but that didn't work. This is predefined. Okay, so that we aren't changing our mind down the road. This is also predefined in terms of how we're managing our stop loss, when we're protecting, when we're locking, trailing, and scaling, all predefined. So here's what we've accomplished since about July, about May of last year. Not a lot. Obviously, there's going to be some anomalies. Any index is going to be worth an awful lot. We have an exotic in here that's worth an awful lot. So take that with a grain of salt. We know that the monetary value of those pips aren't necessarily huge. But we're not just looking at this. We're looking at the fact that we have taken 57 trades, okay? 57 trades. We've accomplished approximately 17,000 pips. Our realized gain is about 4 to 1, which is definitely not bad. Definitely not bad at all. Our total risk, like in terms of the equations for our R, is about a 2.86, but we're kind of calculating that out based off of all of it. So this is what we've realized. This is the hypothetical where they sat. And we just started tracking that maybe halfway through this process. So for those of y'all who don't know what this equals, figure a pip on average is, 10 cents. If you're using a micro lot, and the tiniest lot some brokers allow, $10 for a standard. They call it a standard for a reason. That's about the value, okay? Every one of the pairs definitely have different values. We get that. But you're talking 20 minutes twice a month. Granted, this takes management, this takes capital, this takes some skill, but all of that is kind of predefined just to show you what's possible. So we've got a couple of trades of this. I messed up. I apologize, but I'll do this right here with you guys. Auto sum. Okay, there you go. So we got about 100 pips in total. okay, from the last session. Not bad. We one lost one, 50% win ratio. That's not what it comes down to at the end of the day. But I'm trying to show you that in the big picture, that's not the main point. You're looking at the big basket of trades over time, right? But let's go ahead and real quick, I have to show you our classes this year. This was our first month for January. We've accomplished 100% win rate. I know that sounds sexy and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a sales pitch. To me, that just means that the losses are definitely coming, right? That just means that the law of averages is coming, and regardless of no matter what I do, we're going to have some losses sprinkled in. So far we've got about 15,000 pips in our morning sessions, cut a lot of take profit ones and some scalp sessions during New York Open. Not bad. No realized risk to reward because, well, they've all won, and just kind of show you what that's all worth. Definitely not a bad way to be, given the fact that this is not that many weeks, not that many hours. That's a month. That's a huge amount of money, a huge amount of potential money right there. And that is worth that much because most of those are indices. So not bad. Very proud of that. Very excited. In our private community, we've launched a copier, as well as we have an auto trader that's going to be coming out this week or next. A couple of cool EAs. Some great people who have a ton of experience in terms of prop firms and linking accounts on social trading tools. All kinds of cool things coming in this next month or two. So if you're not yet involved, please make sure you click on those links. There's a free community, okay, that you can kind of come and just get yourself acquainted with. And of course, a private community where you'll find all those tools, copiers, classes, live sessions, and of course, trades. So without further ado, let's go take a look at these charts. Today, we're going to be reviewing NZD Chef and GU were the trades that we took 2 weeks ago. And then, of course, we've got 3 more on the table. This is a demo account that we use for classes and educational purposes, just to do live on YouTube and all that good stuff in between. You guys know that the 2 trades we're looking at from 2 Tuesdays ago was what? GU and NZD Chef. So we're going to clear the board on these, kind of excited. Just full disclaimer, man, I had a second entry as well. It's finally just coming into where I wanted it to be. I do think we're still going to get the impulse, but yes, we did take a loss. Remember, the stop loss is defined in advance. We're using structure plus a 4-hour ATR cushion. So we know how much we lost on this. It is what it is. This wick down, and this right here is a session crossover. Man, that one was brutal. It has really continued this downward kind of descending channel. And now hopefully we're going to get this breakout, retest, and a little bit of a continuation to the upside for the NZD Chef. So we'll see. A little early to the ball on that one, but that's part of trading. I'm not here to show you perfect trades or a perfect anything because that simply doesn't exist. Not forever. I am here to say trading is as easy as you make it on yourself, right? GU, same thing. We did push up. We bounced around, consolidated, came in, came back out, and dropped. This structure plus the 4-hour ATR, this is still within room. So I think we got like 160, 170-ish pips, give or take. So not a bad way to be. You're instructed to be protecting within 25 to 50 pips, which means if you're actively trading, you got 25 to 50 pips here, 25 to 50 pips here, and then you had a whole nother trade, right? As long as this analysis remains valid. And as of right now, it is still valid. So we've got the vast majority of this move. I am done with it for now. Not bad. Still equaled a net positive trading session, right? That's really all we want. I don't care about where the wins and losses fall. That's not my concern. 3 trades. I was hesitant on the doubling up of the odd, but I love these 2 in comparison to some of the other pairs I'm looking at. Either they've made a larger move already. These pairs are setting up really well. I'm going to go ahead and bonus in there gold because I think it's a great setup. Here's where we're sitting right now. Before I get any further on this discussion, gold is highly reactive. The world as a whole is going crazy. We know that, okay? So we already know that. There's no question. There's no maybe, baby. Please, this is recorded. It's duplicated. Everything else that you can possibly imagine. But please, for the love of God, protect this within about 25 to 50 pips. That's going to be a pretty big ask, but protect this no matter what. Get your pips and get out, right? So if this is just making another short-term impulse and then it's going to continue to the downside, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. So we have a 4-hour JGS. That's Jenny's golden strategy, right? Signal. Not a bad way to be. We definitely have some room to kind of complete this nice little formation that we're getting. Even if we're wrong, and let's say this strategy is giving us a false entry, which every strategy does to some extent. That's 70, 80-ish pips just to this next fractal. Figure you can easily protect for 25 to 50 pips easily. Although I am looking more for that, 300-ish pip range. I want to see how price reacts as we get back to this 2061 level. I want to see how price reacts in this range. If we're breaking through and retesting, I'm coming all the way up here. If we're failing at these next 3 levels, then cool. I've got my scalp pips out of it, and I'm going to let this drop. You know, it's a no-brainer, right? There's a lot of different ways to trade. So apply your trailing stop if and when you take this. If you are, just know overall the risk on this is going to be kind of big because this most recent fractal is a little bit too close. I would still be using major structure, which is going to put that pretty far away. So just something to consider. Please do not take this trade if you can't afford that big of a stop loss. I mean, if you want to go to a smaller time frame and manage, you're more than welcome to do so. But one of the reasons why my accuracy is so high is because I manage on a larger time frame. I'm letting the whole picture of the trade play out. It does mean sometimes I get trapped in a news and move. It does mean sometimes I end up taking a bigger loss than maybe I needed. But the overall accuracy and the overall win to loss ratio is still favorable. And that's really all I'm going for. So that's gold. 4-hour golden strategy. You have an easy 25 to 40 pips. Still looking for approximately 300 and up to about 500. So that's gold. That's trade number 1. Take this in your demo trading. Take it and just go see what happens if I buy this. How does this work? You know, get familiar with the platform. Go demo on whatever broker you want and see how it plays out. Manage according to structure and let this sucker do what it's going to do. Next is GBPAUD, 4-hour. We have a JGS signal that is reasonably close. We actually took some of, I think we've taken this. This would be my 3rd entry for a single entry, not to necessarily say a batch of entries. But we have taken, ooh, girl made a mistake. That is supposed to be green. Hold on, let me fix this before we cause a problem. This is green for buy, not red for sell. Let's see, let me fix that for you guys. Green, buying, ta-da. Gotcha. So we're looking for that buy here. I am taking this right alongside with you in my live account. I am going to manage it on the 4-hour time frame. I'm a pretty big advocate of automatic managers just because it takes the human out of it, and sometimes the human part is the problem. So something to think about. Off screen, we're definitely coming into this nice wedge formation on gold, so I'm curious to see how this plays out. Easy 25, 45 pips easy though. So that's gold. We're looking for the buy, 4-hour time frame, JGS. Now let's go to GBPAUD. Candle prior to the one that we're on. I do this all the time, very duplicatably. This way it's less subjective. It's less problematic. It's less, well, she can figure this out and I can't. All duplicatable, guys. Duplicatable. So this time we're going to go for red. Maybe. Gotcha. Red. Pending order. The second I'm done placing this, full disclaimer, I already have 1 entry on this pair already. I'm going to take another one. So let me wait for my little manager to catch up so I can actually hit my buttons. My buttons that dictate my risk. I want that up and running nicely, hopefully. There we go. I'm on the 4-hour time frame. I am taking GBPAUD as a sell. Let's talk about where, why, and when. So we've got our JGS here. Okay, we haven't got the full continuation, just full disclaimer. Even if all we're coming into is here, that's only about 30-ish pips. Overall, I'm looking to come down more into this range, that 87 pip range. I'd like to see how it reacts. If we're breaking this level and retesting it, we have a good 300-400 pips on this move as well. Okay, good. We said this was 80. Coming down all the way into this range, that's that 260, right? It's 260 pips. That is not a bad way to be. That's going to be your 61% retracement. That's going to be beautiful. So this is what I'm looking for on GBPAUD. Sell, JGS signal, 4-hour time frame. Stop loss above your most recent high with a 4-hour ATR cushion. Let's solidify that price point just so it's good. And I'm in this right alongside you. And last but not least, Chef. Okay, Chef has been a blast when it's running. It has been a very lucrative and fun, set of pairs to trade. Tons of fun when it's running. The rest of the time, it's been doing stuff like this, and it has just been, beating you up. So please take this with a grain of salt. Do not over leverage and say, well, this one has the most room, I'm going to go take the biggest, whatever. You should be doing the same amount of risk on each one of these trades if you want to be overall profitable, right? That lot size can't be, oh, I do 0.01 for every 1,000. Your lot size needs to be conducive to your stop loss, and the pair that you're trading, right, needs to be correlated with that, not with how many thousands are in your account. Those are different, not the best way to be. But yes, odd chef, JGS signal. The 3 is crossing the 50. We've got our continuation. We're breaking the fractal now. Same story. Look, that looks like a great trade. So first thing I will notate, the weakness in this potential buy is we know Chef has been super playing around. Very, very bearish overall. Okay? Very, very bearish. Get a solid line, sure. But we also know, I'm going to go to the line chart. Here you go. We are sitting at this previous low. So we broke above here and above here. We're sitting at this previous low. So what I'm really hoping to see is this reaction and retest to continue. But if we fail to get that, we're going to need to be very, very mindful of that. So overall, not a bad way to be. ATR on this is pretty small. It's only 17 pips for the 4-hour time frame, which is very small. Either way, you're going to be protecting this trade. So as you come into profit by about 20 pips or 1 ATR, right, you're going to be locking, scaling, trailing, or doing something. Make some actionable decision or set up your automatic management to make some actionable decision and then live to trade another day. Sure, scaling out of a portion of your trade as you come into 1 ATR is going to minimize your overall gain, but it's also going to minimize your risk. And until you're ultimately profitable, you're still better off taking this quick move for the most that you can get out of it and letting the rest play out how it must, than taking the full loss over and over and over and over again. So just something to consider. And that's it. So 3 trades. Please do post this in YouTube. So pretty please, if somebody would, I know it's a lot to ask, take these in your demo account and post them on my YouTube in 2 weeks. The good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? I don't want to just see the winners. It's fine if we see the losers. But I'm hoping that people start to actually attempt this trading journey. Because it's financial freedom, right? It's financial freedom at your fingertips. One of the easier business models you will ever enter into, if you can get over all of the noise on the internet and set your expectations well. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I've got for you tonight. So hopefully this video is helpful to you. I hope you guys are all having an incredible week. We're coming into spring, thank God, and I'm so excited. And I cannot wait to talk to you guys again here in a couple weeks. So take care and God bless.